School is back in session. Every parent has wanted to say that all summer. Am I right? No. Kid, love the summer with the kids, but it is great to be back. Love the fact that the kids are back to school too. They're learning, and we get to continue to learn it. The thing about school being back in session is it's a marker, right? It's a marker in our lives. Like we were kind of trained on this time frame of, August through May. We're in school and we have the summer break. We can just kind of relax, chill, and then you get back to it. And I don't think that cycle really breaks too much when you become an adult, right? Like it's elementary school, high school, college, and then you get out and we all get that, like, take a break itch come end of May, 1st of June, and you see it reflected in business cycles, right? Insurance, for sure. Most insurance agents see the sales kind of during the summer. And so school's back in session and we look up and we're like, oh, I set these goals for 2024. And, it's 7 months in. We're in the 8th month now. I'm only like a third of the way there. Like, yeah, what am I going to do now? You didn't get it all in, you didn't reach that halfway point when you thought that you would, and now you're on the 8 ball. So what can you do? What do you need to do to have that successful year that you've been planning for? And what I want to share in a series, I'm going to be releasing these videos very quickly because I want you to have this information now so that you can start taking action now. If you wait on this any longer, you really will be out of time. But right now, you still have 5 months. Still have 5 months left in the year. You can do more production in the next 5 months than most people do in an entire year if you follow these 6 principles that credit where credit is due. This goes back to Brendan Richard, high-performing habits. Like, these things are what get you there, all right? Because they're principles. You talk to any of the greats. You talk to Buffett. You talk to Elon Musk. You talk to Ray Dalio. We talk to Tony Robbins. You talk to Brendan Richard. And in all the people that they studied that have been successful, these 6 habits are what get people there. Get them to that place where they say, you know what? I can count that year as a successful year. So it's time for a reset. Kids are back in school. They're resetting in a new grade. It's time for you to go ahead and step up. Okay, let's go to the next grade. You don't have to still be a kindergartner anymore, right? Like, you have the summer, you kind of sort of passed, but you got out of kindergarten, you're still here, you're still in the industry. Let's go ahead and step up and start doing higher level work now, all right? Your goals, the way you were looking at it, maybe the principles that you're using in January may not be what you need to get you to where you're actually trying to end this year or what you would like to end this year on. Don't get to December and say, well, let me try it again next year. But you get to December and say, man, finish the year strong. This was good. 2025 is going to be even better. All right. So let me go through these real quick, and then I'll spend time today on just one and check back in with this. Checking with our marketing team here. Maybe every other day or so, we'll be dropping the next one. So there's 6 principles that I'm going to cover. And I promise you, if you take the advice in this and put it to work, you're going to see your business improve. All right. So number 1, getting clear. You have to be clear. You have to be clear about yourself. Like, who am I? What am I going to do? I talked a little bit about that a couple of days back. Now, what does a life insurance agent do? Minus a couple extra words there, right? Socially, like, what are you doing socially to attract your clients and grow your business? All right. What skills do you need to grow your ability to sell more, to help more fans? All right. And then how clear are you about the service you provide? Right. Clear about self, clear about what you're doing socially, clear about skills, and clear about service. Donald Miller talks about this in Business Made Simple, where he says message clarity is what allows you to tell your clients what they need to do. You have to be clear about the message. You shouldn't be like, well, maybe shouldn't you kind of want to or you want to. No, it's very clear whenever you're communicating with the client. And you have to be clear to yourself as well. We'll dive a little bit more into that as well. You have to get momentum. Number 2, get momentum. Momentum is the only thing that is going to make the next 5 months bigger than the first 7. Okay, get momentum. Get necessity. Get necessity. What I mean by that, like, it's not an option, it's necessary. All right, there's a lot of optional things in life, but if you're wanting to get certain numbers, it has to be necessary. What are you doing to make it necessary in your mind and in the environment that you create around you? Get productive. That's a no-brainer. If you're not productive, you're not going to have a positive outcome. So what allows you to be more productive? How can you get productive? Getting influential. You have to be influential. You have to be able to influence your clients. You have to be able to influence agents. Maybe if you're building an agency, influence agents that are working with you. You have to be able to influence your family and friends that can speak either positive or negative into you and your business. So you have to get influential. And the last one, you have to be courageous. Be courageous. Now, I'll cover each of these in more detail. So here's what you got to do. If you want to not miss it and you want the second half of 2024 to be better than the first half, go ahead, do it right now. Hit the little subscribe button. Go ahead and turn on the little notification sign, all right? So that when the next one comes out, you don't miss it. Probably the next one, then they're going to be like 6-7 minutes tops. But those 6 or 7 minutes, as we cover each of these key principles, will be the 6 or 7 minutes that could change your entire business future as you go throughout the rest of this year. So go ahead, take a second, hit subscribe, hit the notification. So, getting clear. And I know there's this whole, like, there's a getting clear, like clear. We're not talking about that kind of clearing, okay? We're talking about getting clear about what you're doing. And you would think that insurance agents know what they're doing, but you talk to some folks out there and you can very clearly see they don't know what they do. They don't know why they're doing it. They're just going along with the flow. And the times of my life when I've been the least productive, the least successful, the most miserable, the most broke, are when I had no clarity about what I was doing. There was no intentionality to what I did from day to day. It would just wake up and let's see what's going to happen. So number one, you have to ask yourself that question for yourself. This is the self part. Are you clear about what you're doing? And if you're not, stop. Take some time to think through, what am I trying to do? How am I doing it? Do I know why I'm pushing for this goal? Right? It's not to go get a Maserati or to buy a new house. That's great. Like, that's in the future. Like, for you right now, what's that purpose that drives you to wake up every day and be in whatever business? Whether you're in insurance, because this works outside of insurance too, guys. This is a universal principle. What is driving you to do what you want to do? Or what you're actually doing? If you're not clear about that, clear for self first, you can forget about the rest of them because you're not going to get trashed. We have to be clear about how we present that then socially, right? We're social creatures. You're going to have family and friends. You're going to have clients. You're going to have business partners. You're going to have affiliates. We need to know what's the message that we're putting out there about what we do. And we need to do that often and with belief. Because if you're clear for yourself, then you can go out and message to your social environments that, hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. Are you going to help me or do you need to step aside? Skills. If I'm clear about what I do, I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going, I know what I'm trying to get, then I need to figure out what skills do I need to help me get there more quickly. So I have to be able to find either mentorship or dig into the literature. Like some mentorship guys is just picking up a book. But if you know what you're trying to do, then you can go out and take a look and see what skills do I need and find out where to get those skills. Books, fantastic place to learn and grow your skill set. video. I mean, what can't you find here on YouTube? All right, like you could learn so much right here. Direct mentorship. There are so many groups and organizations out there that can support you in growing the skill set that you need. But if you don't know what you're trying to get, you don't know who you are and what you're trying to do, you can't identify those groups. So if you do those first two, self, social, then skills falls in line by just taking action on what is that I need to get, who has it, and where can I sit down and actually learn those skills. And then the last one is service. What services am I providing? What am I giving back? Am I clear about that? Because that's going to come across in the messaging that you have, whether it's socially to your family and friends, to your clients, to your business partners. But then also, as you do your work, if you're not clear about the service you provide, you're going to get caught up in every single thing that's out there, right? Like if you don't know what service you provide, like some of you may be general life insurance agents. Some of you may be advanced markets life insurance agents. Some of you may be ancillary products life insurance agents, right? If I'm very clear about the services that I provide and then the other things that people need, I can go up and connect them with the people who can bring that in to them and still benefit from my client getting everything that they need. You don't have to be a jack of all trades in this industry. You can become an expert in the service you provide and leverage relationships in this industry to make sure that your clients get everything that they need. So that's number one. And then you see, I was able to kind of knock that part of it out pretty quick about that particular principle about clarity. All right. So the next videos, they're going to be shorter than this one. I'm glad you waited and watched to the end, but make sure that as you think back on this, being clear. Am I clear about self? Am I clear about social? Am I clear about what skills I need? Am I clear about the services that I provide? If you need clarity there, you can see your business start moving forward very quickly. And as we get into these next principles, that's just going to help add fuel to that fire that is driving that train. So see you back here in a few days. Again, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Click that little notification so that you can find out when the next one is and share this with somebody that may need this right now. Because sometimes we just gotta get that talk. And school is back. So let's get to the session. This is Pritchett signing out from Life Insurance today. We'll see you here very shortly.